Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring. This is ABC Big 2 News at 10.
Developing now at 10, we start with a deadly shooting in Austin. Police who were investigating a motel shooting were involved in a second shooting. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rob Took. Now, right now, we know one person was killed. Austin police say a man shot at them from a tent. He was killed. Now, we know it all began when officers responded to a shooting at the Motel 6 north of Highway 35 by East St. John's Avenue. It happened just before 3 this afternoon. Officers found someone who was shot when they arrived on scene. That person is now in the hospital. But then officers later heard a gunshot nearby. They found a man in a tent with a gun. That person fired at officers. Officers returned fire, killing the man. Right now, the investigation is still ongoing. Now to our other developing news tonight, the devastating fight in Eastern Europe. Russian forces continue to bombard Kyiv and other major cities as they advance deeper into Ukraine. Ukraine's president is once again calling for NATO to get involved in the conflict to help put an end to what's been called a catastrophic number of civilian deaths. The Russian Defense Ministry released this video tonight of its ongoing military operation in Ukraine. Tanks and soldiers are continuing to push forward in the 11th day of invasion. ABC's Mike Tobin has the latest.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine entering its 11th day on Sunday has so far been met with fierce resistance. But Russian President Vladimir Putin says everything is going according to plan and the fighting will not stop until the people of Kiev lay down their arms and surrender.
If they continue to do what they're doing, they're calling into question the future of Ukrainian statehood. And if this happens, it will be entirely on their conscience.
A second push to get citizens out of the port city of Mariupol fell apart after Russian attacks interrupted efforts to create a humanitarian corridor agreed upon as part of a temporary ceasefire. People still trapped there have been sleeping in bomb shelters for nearly a week amid a constant barrage of Russian shelling. Hundreds of thousands now face food and water shortages and a lack of heat and hot water in freezing temperatures.
We don't have food supplies. People are taking everything. Shops are empty.
Ukraine's president on Sunday said Russian rockets destroyed a civilian airport in the city of Vinnytsia, and he repeated his request for NATO to impose a no-fly zone over Ukraine to stop the attacks.
We repeat every day, close the sky over Ukraine to every Russian missile, to Russian combat aviation, to all these terrorists. We are people, and this is your humanitarian duty to protect us and to protect people.
NATO leaders have thus far ruled out the possibility of a no-fly zone out of fears they could escalate this war into a world war.
And that was Mike Tobin reporting. The U.S. dollar is now at its highest level in 2 years. Analysts say that's because Russia's war on Ukraine is creating concern about the worldwide economy and the financial markets. The U.S. dollar serves as the backbone of the global economy. And during times of economic uncertainty, investors tend to stock up. The downside, a stronger dollar can bring down profits for companies that do business abroad. And the dollar's strength may harm developing economies, which often service their debt in dollars. Now, gas prices surged to the highest level since 2008 today. Crude oil supply fears stemming from Russia's war on Ukraine has increased the impact on consumers at the pump. And tonight, AAA says the national average for a gallon of gas hit just above $4.
They know that there are a lot of people standing in solidarity with them.
We first introduced you to this couple last Thursday night in Midland at a candlelight vigil in solidarity with Ukraine. Shane and Kim Stokes said they adopted 2 children from Ukraine many years ago. And tragically, they learned their adoption facilitator was killed in Ukraine last Sunday. It was terrible news for Shane and Kim, but also for the hundreds of families this man helped. His name was Serge Zevlever, and tonight we are learning more about him. He was an American citizen with dual citizenship in Ukraine. ABC's Jasmine Huda spoke with Serge's daughters about all the families Serge helped before his death.
My dad was not on the front lines fighting for the country. My dad was just a person like me and you, living his life.
The news is devastating to daughters Nicole and Elisa and to hundreds of Americans with adopted children.
It's so much love for that man because he never took no for an answer for our daughter.
62-year-old Serge Zevlever was killed in Kiev over the weekend. His family in West St. Louis County learned he was shot as he stepped outside a bomb shelter. More details emerged Tuesday afternoon.
And they were Chechen snipers that were actually aiming their guns at the place where all these people were sheltering, these people that were just living their life.
I actually talked to my dad a couple of days before, and I said, Dad, like, when are you planning on coming back? Because it's getting bad. And he said, I'm not leaving until I'm asked to leave. And that's just Serge for you.
It was the Serge that so many had gotten to know. He wasn't on the front lines, but he was a fighter, working tirelessly to make international adoptions possible for Ukrainian children, especially those with special needs.
Hundreds of families, hundreds of these kids who otherwise, my dad knew what would happen if those kids were not taken and given a good home. And he really he fought for those kids just like every single one was his own.
Zevlever split his time between Ukraine and the United States, where he became a citizen. Much of that time in West St. Louis County and later St. Charles. No matter his residence, he will be remembered for his sacrifices for so many families, starting with his own.
Our dad's legacy deserves to live on forever. He was a hero, and he died a hero.
A heartbreaking story. That was Jasmine Huda reporting. Now moving on, 7 people are dead after tornadoes swept through central Iowa. It is the deadliest storm in the state since 2008. The powerful E3 tornado ripped through Madison County, destroying homes, knocking down trees, and toppling power lines. With winds between 136 miles per hour and 165 miles per hour hitting parts of the state. Tonight, cleanup efforts are now underway and residents are vowing to rebuild. A lot closer to home, we are taking a live look now from our Odessa tower camera tonight. Winds have picked up the last few days. ABC Big 2's Bridget Sarpong has a check on our weather for us.
And now your forecast first on ABC Big 2 News.
Well, friends, happy Sunday. A new week has arrived, and this past weekend has been some great temperatures apart from that wind that we're beginning to see continue carry on into tonight. And speaking of tonight, we will be sitting in our 50s for a very cool kind of evening. Definitely not too bad whatsoever, but it will be windy. Earlier today, we did see sunrise sitting at 7:10 in the morning, and sun did set at 6:50 tonight, causing us to be in our 50s for right now. But right now, later on in the show, I will have the forecast. Back over to you, Rob.
Well, thank you, Bridget. Across Texas tonight, thousands of people are gearing up for South by Southwest. The city of Austin is just 1 week away from welcoming all those people. It's a wildly popular event that also has been a big test for the area's hospitality industry. This as many businesses face staffing shortages. ABC's Caitlin Carmute shows us how that's being handled.
Corporations, we're all looking for people all at the same time.
From the airport to the rental car, the hotel, and in the event itself, it takes an army of workers to handle South by Southwest.
Are we there with our labor supply? Absolutely not. Will we make do? Absolutely.
The good news is Vijay Patel, who owns and helps manage over a dozen hotels in Austin, says labor shortages have gotten better, especially as Austin ventures into stage 2. He's ready for South by Southwest.
We will get it done. Will it be to our likings and to everyone's liking? I'd say we'd be about 90% there.
Thank you for volunteering.
And South by says they've had a slow start trying to recruit volunteers, but things are improving. Event organizers say they're still looking to fill ambassador, sessions, and registrar roles. Here's a plug. Those positions get to engage with local and international visitors. Cap Metro is encouraging people to take the rail service because no additional bus drivers have been scheduled to avoid disrupting normal bus operations.
Everybody is going to be swamped.
Anticipation is high for Tony Brown, who operates a cab service in Austin. As demand increases in the coming week, he says expect some surcharges.
We're going to go up. Our rates is usually $2.50 per mile, but it's going to go up to $3 a mile. We have to surge prices, especially with all the traffic and
Well, still ahead tonight, we honor a hometown hero. Meet the local physical therapist who's helping patients get back on their feet. And one local softball team tried to keep the good times rolling. Highlights from a dramatic finish next. Plus, a well-deserved curtain call. A college basketball coaching legend takes a bow. We'll be right back.
Want a plan that can help you save on electricity when you use it most? Give Pick Your Free from Reliant a shot. Choose free electricity on flex days, weekends, or nights. Now powered by 100% solar energy. And you can track your free electricity with the Reliant app. Pick your free and score free electricity when it counts. Reliant, that's power your way.
It's motion madness at Bob Mills, and I saved the best just for you. Like this shadow sofa with drop-down table, plus the rocking recliner. But let me take care of the price. It's less than $50 a month. And at Bob Mills, you always have 60 months to pay. In addition to finding the best prices on motion furniture, we've got the best selection. And you're never bothered with those nagging shopper stalkers. That's at Bob Mills. Oh, and by the way, we're in stock.
The Vineyard, Midland's premier master planned community, impeccable high-end luxury with resort-style amenities. These Silverleaf homes are located close to Green Tree Country Club and are walking distance to Faskin Elementary. Contact Alexa to schedule your private showing.
UPRA returns to the Midland Horseshoe for the Permian Basin Spring Stampede Pro Rodeo, sponsored by All-American Chrysler Dodge Ram of Midland, on Friday, April 1st and Saturday, April 2nd. Come enjoy loads of family fun with rodeo entertainment and plenty of excitement. From bull riding, barrel racing to bucking broncos, even mutton busting. For tickets and more information, visit MidlandHorseshoe.com and come see us for the Permian Basin Spring Stampede Pro Rodeo at the Midland Horseshoe Arena. Thomas Oil Field Services is having a job fair.
They treat you like family.
Everybody just works together.
They put me with guys that really helped me understand what we were doing.
On March 10th, we are hiring CDL and non-CDL positions.
And they put trust into their guys.
The fair will have same-day job interviews and on-the-spot hiring. Find your spot on the best team in the business.
It's a very good company to work for, and I'm glad I'm a part of it.
Thomas Oil Field Services.
Watch Samantha Slorechniak, Matt Fonz, and Ryan Z. Phillips at 11:30. Now your local weather authority forecast.
Well, friends, happy Sunday. This entire weekend, temperatures have been nice and warm, feeling like spring. But right now, the temperature change has caused us to go down a couple degrees in the entire Permian Basin. 11 degrees cooler in the Midland and Odessa area, 18 degrees cooler in Big Spring, 31 degrees cooler in Snyder, and 12 degrees cooler in Seminole. However, there were some places that actually stayed the same, such as Presidio, did not change at all. But then we have Marfa and Alpine, who have increased, along with Pecos, who have increased in their temperatures this same time yesterday. But before we cooled on down, causing us to be sitting in our 50s, we did have some really good temperatures today. West Texas were able to enjoy a high of 83 degrees. We did wake up to some cool temperatures sitting at 42-degree temperatures, but not bad for this time in March, because usually around this time, we're definitely used to 69 degrees for our highs and then 42 degrees for our lows. Today we are warm, but not as warm as how we were back in 1946 when we were sitting at a nice and steamy 90 degrees. And then our lows were only in the teens back in 1989, sitting at 15 degrees. So today we have increased our temperatures, causing us to feel a little bit like spring, and dare some say summer, causing them temperatures to be sitting in their 80s. Midland Odessa reached 83 degrees for our high today. Big Spring sitting at 76 degrees. Snyder 59. But not only were we in our 80s, but so were our friends in Presidio, sitting at a nice and steamy 85 degrees. There were some areas that didn't reach their 80s, nor their 70s or their 60s, such as the Guadalupe Pass sitting at 59 degrees. But for the most part, the entire Permian Basin sat pretty warm than what we're used to this time in March. But now we do have a cold front coming on in the basin, causing us to decrease our temperatures again, sitting in our 50s for the Midland, Odessa area, but some areas have reached their 40s, such as, Hobbs and Seminole sitting at 47 degrees, and then Guapa Pass sitting at 40 degrees, and then we also have Big Spring sitting at 41 degrees. So not bad whatsoever. That cold front is going to sit in until Monday, 5 a.m. for our early risers, causing us to be in our 30s by 5 a.m. That cold front is going to leave us just a little bit by the time we get into 5 p.m., but then it comes back on in by Tuesday midnight, causing us to be in that cold front all the way into Tuesday. This week we will see a teeter-totter kind of effect going on, but again, tomorrow morning we're waking up at a cool 33 degrees with the sun out, and then by noon we will be making it all the way up to 43 degrees with some more sun. Yes, our temperatures will continue to increase. That way, by the time we get into 5 p.m., we will be sitting at 51 degrees. It will be a cool kind of day, but temperatures will be warm. Our winds will be front and center, as they will and continue to be throughout tonight, but that 7-day forecast is going to show that we will have some really great temperatures. Again, we're going to wake up pretty much in our 20s, a high 20 at 29 degrees, and then we increase all the way to 53 degrees on Monday. We have some great temperatures. It kind of teases us a little bit for spring, so hold on to those grills and those shades, because Thursday is when you're going to be able to bring that out, because we will be sitting at 70 degrees. And Rob, this past weekend was very warm, and now we're down to, some March temperatures, but Thursday, we can look forward to that.
Yeah, it's not too bad, Bridget, and all these hair salons and hairspray makers are probably rejoicing with all this wind. You don't know how much I have to use with my hair to keep it like this. I'm kidding. All right, thank you, Bridget. Well, new at 10, recognizing our hometown heroes. This month, ABC Big 2 and Carpet Tech are recognizing a local healthcare worker who has been on the front lines of the pandemic since day one. We'd like you to meet Vishnu Patluri, who is someone helping others get back on their feet, quite literally.
On the 8th floor of Midland Memorial Hospital, there is a familiar face in the rehabilitation department, and he's staying busy,
getting them back on their feet, going back to their families.
Vishnu's coming up on his 10th year as a physical therapist with the hospital, but the last 2 years have been quite impactful to him, perhaps the most significant.
In the past 2 years, it's been hard, but I think we, like everyone here who is working, I think I just did my job.
When the pandemic began, healthcare workers like Vishnu stayed on the front lines to provide critical health services to the public. He wanted the green light to treat all patients affected by COVID-19, those who lost their ability to move, and those whose lives have been changed drastically. It can take many months to see progress.
He's worked very diligently with those patients to get them back to doing what they need to do so they can get home back to their families and get back to the walking again.
It isn't just Vishnu's humility among his team that's led to his nomination as a hometown hero, but it's also how well he understands the patients he treats. He is their fiercest advocate.
Listen to the people who are going through what they're going through.
You were nominated as a hometown hero, and you won. So you are this month's hometown hero.
One thing Carpet Tech wants to give you is a whole entire floor care house cleaning as well as a disinfecting once we're finished. So congratulations.
Thank you. Do you like surprises? How do you feel about today?
Not really. But I think I'm just a small piece of the whole big thing, the hospital.
And Vishnu said if there's one thing he's learned as a physical therapist, it's being patient, and good things will come.
And now your ABC Big 2 Sports.
Over to sports now with Avi carr-gloth. Avi, UTPB softball has been great at home this year.
Well, that's one way of putting it. They've been fantastic for the most part. The Falcons, they sure do love the taste of some home cooking. Earlier in the day, or earlier coming into today, UTPB, they were 6-1 at home. They kicked off Lone Star Conference play back on Friday when they split their doubleheader against Midwestern State. After losing their last game against the Mustangs, the Falcons, they have the goal of starting a new winning streak against the Texas Women's Pioneers. Let's take you to extra innings with the game tie at 5. Pioneers hit a ground ball. Christian Rodriguez, the runner on third, trying to score the go-ahead run. But the Falcons, they catch her in a rundown. Destiny Trahan, the pitcher, dives and makes the tag. Great play there, preventing the run. A runner was still able to get to third, though, so still some defensive pressure for the Falcons, but Trahan forces a routine grounder to second, and UTPB now gets a chance to end the game at the plate. Hey, speaking of routine grounders to second, Leslie Martinez hits one there, but a fumble on the collect causes a late throw. Martinez beats it out, and the Falcons have their leadoff runner aboard. Just a couple pitches into the next at-bat, Martinez skedaddled on over to second, so UTPB in scoring position. So Araceli Areza gets aggressive, pokes a ball through the infield. Martinez turns on the Jets, throw to the plate, not in time. Martinez slides in with the game-winning run. Areza hits the walk-off RBI single, and the Falcons move to 8-1 at home after also winning the second game. Well, we are 95 days into the Major League Baseball lockout, so where do things stand for a potential deal? The MLB Players Association met with the league today in New York, during which they submitted a written collective bargaining agreement proposal to the league. The union suggested that the two sides meet again tomorrow. However, it doesn't seem like the union's proposal has the league optimistic about an agreement. An MLB spokesman described the offer as, quote, not designed to move the process forward, and on some issues they even went backwards. The Players Association, of course, disagrees, claiming they've made concessions such as banning shifts, implementing a pitch clock, and making the bases larger in 2023. With the first two regular season series already canceled, more games are expected to be canceled at the beginning of the week. And now to a big milestone in sports, the final home game for Duke University's basketball coach. Coach K, as he's known, Mike Krzyzewski, is stepping down after the season is over and after a career that brought the Blue Devils 5 national titles. ABC's Zachary Key shows us Coach K's final home game.
Coach K's final home game at Duke.
Let's hear it for your head coach, Mike Krzyzewski.
Was almost perfect. Fans who camped out for weeks packed into a sold-out Cameron Indoor Stadium for an iconic matchup against bitter rival North Carolina. And the tickets weren't cheap.
And scoops it up and in.
From the beginning, this one was undeniably different. And a standing ovation from the Cameron Crazies, followed by an incredible show of support. 96 of his former players lined the court. Coach K wasn't able to hide those emotions as he took it all in for the last time. The floor, aptly called Coach K's court, was the home of countless memories that will go down in college basketball history.
1 second. Capel shot.
I've been the luckiest guy in the world. This has been mine for 42 years, but it's Duke's forever.
Coach Krzyzewski tried to prepare his team like it was just another game, but the secret was out.
And the rebound down to Love, and he gets wrestled to the court.
Duke star freshman Paulo Banchero provided a steady hand, dropping 23 points. But the Tar Heels always had a match.
Love with a beautiful find to Baycott.
In the end, Duke fell short, but only in the box score.
Today was unacceptable, but the season has been very acceptable. I love what we're going to do from learning what happened today as we move forward. Thank you. This has been so darn good. I appreciate it.
Oh, wow, a legend. The man has spent over 4 decades in one place, and of course this is coming ahead of the conference tournament weekend. A week from today, Selection Sunday, Rob. This is the best time of the year.
Yeah,
the best time of the year.
It's one way to kick this all off for Selection Sunday, March Madness. Coach K is going to be sorely missed. You know, Avi, I was reading about how he sent a letter to a young man named Mike Jordan back in the day when he chose the rival team over at Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
Coach K wished him luck.
Yeah, big
what a class
congratulations
act.
on a great career, yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Avi. And coming up tonight on ABC Big 2 News at 10 o'clock, police want to know who stole a box of human heads from a truck. The details of that wild crime and the new questions raised tonight. We'll be right back.
This weekend only at Ashley's VIP event. Save up to 25% off plus get 0% interest for 24 months. That's up to 25% off your entire purchase plus take 2 years to pay. Saturday and Sunday only at Ashley.
Wow. Idol is celebrating season 20 in style and bursting with talent.
You might be the biggest star we've ever seen.
So good.
From contemporary to modern furniture and home decor to gifts for any occasion, Perch has something for everyone. The only visual comfort lighting gallery in West Texas and unique pieces not found anywhere else in Midland. We offer custom orders as well to fit your specific need. Many of our items are available for you to take home the same day. Come shop our ever-growing inventory and see why we are the Pillow Store. Perch Home Store and Gifts. Unique, luxury pieces at affordable prices.
We're checking out. We'll miss you. How was your stay?
We travel all over, and this hotel is our favorite. We love the free breakfast buffet in the mornings and the omelet station.
My favorite thing is the super fast Wi-Fi in the room. I can get my work done and plug my PS4 into that huge 50-inch TV and game all night.
This is the best sleep I've ever had on the most comfortable bed. And I love the Starbucks coffee and the Bath & Body Works soaps in the room. We'll see you again soon.
The MCM Grande Hotel and Fun Dome, Odessa. From 1 to 101, celebrate your birthday with ABC Big 2 News, sponsored by Nothing Bundt Cakes. Every Friday, we'll share some of your birthdays. Just go to yourbasin.com to nominate someone special.
This weekend only at Ashley's VIP event. Save up to 25% off plus get 0% interest for 24 months. That's up to 25% off your entire purchase plus take 2 years to pay. Saturday and Sunday only at Ashley.
Get ready for your day with meteorologist Ryan DePhillips.
Well, police are searching for the person behind a bewildering crime. Someone stole a box that had human heads inside. It was all meant for medical research in Denver, but now there are a lot of questions about how any of this happened in the first place. ABC's Carly Moore has details of that shocking crime.
Isaac Fields takes his dog Margot here to this dog park almost every day.
Good girl. Good girl.
He moved here about 3 years ago.
Pretty shocking. I guess I don't see too many strange things happening around here usually.
It was near 23rd Avenue in Central Park around 11 a.m. Thursday morning, where Denver police say someone broke into a box truck, took a dolly and a box.
Wow, I would have been so terrified.
Sources say it was a blue and white cardboard box about 20 inches by 15 by 18 with science care written on the sides. On the inside, human heads. Police told us they were on their way to be used for medical research.
My wife actually does PhD research at the University of Colorado Anschutz. Cadavers are definitely utilized in certain situations, and I'm assuming that was probably the case.
After learning of the grim discovery, he had just about as many questions as we do. Where was the truck going? Why was it parked on 23rd Avenue? Who was driving? And who would steal something like this? Police say what they can release is limited because the case is still active. Neighbors are left wondering whether the suspect intended to steal the body parts or something else.
Yeah, maybe they were looking for something else to be in there.
The surprise that must have been on their face when they found something they weren't expecting, having it be, something of that magnitude, that's pretty terrifying.
And that was Carly Moore reporting. No arrests have been made as of tonight. Investigators have asked that anyone who finds the box of human heads to call police. We'll be right back.
ABC Big 2 Sports, brought to you by Glasheen Vaez and Enderman Injury Lawyers.
People ask me all the time, how come the best crawfish come from Louisiana? You know what I say? Clean water and blackjack mud. Louisiana gold as far as you can see. These crawfish get way down in the mud where it's cool and keeps them fat and happy. Each season we catch millions of pounds and they go straight to HEB. Now this is my Louisiana gold. So I said bon. This is the best live crawfish department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
We're checking out. We'll miss you. How was your stay?
We travel all over, and this hotel is our favorite. We love the free breakfast buffet in the mornings and the omelet station.
My favorite thing is the super fast Wi-Fi in the room. I can get my work done and plug my PS4 into that huge 50-inch TV and game all night.
This is the best sleep I've ever had on the most comfortable bed. And I love the Starbucks coffee and the Bath & Body Works soaps in the room. We'll see you again soon.
The MCM Grande Hotel and Fun Dome, Odessa. Russia invades Ukraine.
This is going to change the world.
Russian forces shelling Europe's largest nuclear power station.
Sadly, we must report the world is a far more dangerous place.
From the front lines to our homeland, the truth about what you need to know.
Vladimir Putin's latest statement that the worst is yet to come.
News Nation is news for all America.
We continue to bear witness to the tremendous resolve of the Ukrainian people.
For continuing coverage on Russia at war, stay tuned to News Nation.
Ring in the new year with Music City Mall. Put those gift cards and Christmas checks to work at more than 100 merchants. You'll find something for everyone. Beautiful Kendra Scott jewelry inside Dillard's. Fashion for every occasion. Shoes galore. Enjoy delicious food inside our food court. Or skate the all-new Rink and Roll roller rink open daily. Round out your visit with a trip to Sephora at JCPenney. Music City Mall, where you have it all. JBS and 42nd Street, Odessa.
Tonight, an empty high-rise building, long considered an eyesore, was brought to the ground. We have video of this next, right here.
Isaac Fields takes his dog Margot here to this dog park almost every day.
Good girl. Good girl.
He moved here about 3 years ago.
Pretty shocking. I guess I don't see too many strange things happening around here usually.
It was near 23rd Avenue in Central.
We apologize, that was the wrong video. We will be right back.
A fresh start begins with fresh choices, like choosing to save more with Suddenlink. Get reliable, high-speed, 1 gig internet for just $49.99 a month. With it, you'll get a $200 Visa prepaid card, HBO Max included on us for 1 year, and a free Suddenlink stream with your favorite shows and streaming apps all in one device. Choose to start fresh by saving more on our fastest speed. Plus, as part of optimum flexibility from Suddenlink, there are no contracts or hidden fees. And unlock even more value when you combine with Optimum Mobile. Visit suddenlink.com today.
Want a plan that can help you save on electricity when you use it most? Give Pick Your Free from Reliant a shot. Choose free electricity on flex days, weekends, or nights. Now powered by 100% solar energy. And you can track your free electricity with the Reliant app. Pick Your Free and score free electricity when it counts. Reliant, that's power. Your way.
I was 15 years old at the time, and my mother was teaching me how to drive. When someone under the influence, it is head on. My mother was killed instantly. I was rushed to the hospital, and I ended up having to miss my mother's funeral. If you're gonna have a good time, continue that good time by being safe. Give your keys to someone else, but don't drink and get behind the wheel.
Truckloads, now arriving at Allen's Gallery of Furniture and Appliances. Save big on over 50 major manufacturers during Allen's Truckload Sale. Huge savings and selection on furniture, mattresses, and appliances. Come see us during Allen's Truckload Sale. Hurry in for the best selection. We'll save you money. Wow!
Well, friends, let's take one last look at that 7-day forecast. We're going to wake up pretty chilly, just a little bit chilly, some would say, at 29 degrees, but we do warm up to our 50s at 53 degrees. We did have some really good spring-like temperatures this past weekend. However, even though we have cooled down because of that cold front that has touched the basin, the sun will be out, so definitely not too bad. We can look forward to Thursday because that's when we increase our temperatures to 70 degrees, so definitely not too bad whatsoever. And then, like I said, we're going to have to bundle up just a little bit, but just have some layers because the sun's going to come out and it's going to feel warm. Rob and Avi, I'm excited for that 70-degree temperatures because we got a little bit of that, this past weekend.
Bridget, it's looking like one of those weeks where we just shed layers throughout the day.
Exactly.
It's not a problem. Well, thank you. That's all the time we have for news. Good Morning Basin starts tomorrow at 5.